What's up everyone? I just wanted to do a quick video because I keep getting asked this question, and apparently it's a question that is weird. Like, people find it weird that I do this. But anyways, I just thought I'd answer because everyone's probably guessing what the hell I'm doing, like how am I surviving and things like that. So I have had about 13 to 14 jobs since I started working at 17. Bear in mind, some of them I worked 2 jobs at the same time. I've worked in a lot of different industries, so I've worked in finance, retail, fashion, real estate, non-for-profit, back to finance, and now I'm currently in a contract role at a mortgage house. So I am working, as if everyone is wanting to know. But it is contract based, it's not full-time, and that's what I wanted based on what I'm deciding to do for my next steps in my career. So people ask, how do you just up and leave your job? And to be honest, it's as easy as deciding, writing your letter and handing it to your boss. It's literally that easy. I find that I can't stay at a job for more than probably 4 to 6 months because a job's just not for me. A 9 to 5's just not for me, and as I've kind of progressed, I've realized that. And so for me to go into a 9 to 5 job again, just for the sake of money, isn't beneficial for me or the employer because I'm just going to leave again. So I realized that pretty early on. I told some friends that I was going to be jumping jobs. Well, not jumping jobs, sorry, leaving my job. And it was really funny. I actually laughed at this because my friend was like, well, you can't do that. And I was like, well, actually I can. Like, well, why can't I do that? And she's like, well, you don't have another job to go to. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point of not going to another job. People are so consumed by this idea that they have to have money coming in through a job. There are so many things you can do in today's day and age that doesn't require you to have a job. Like, to make income, you know, like you could be a stripper and you can make income. Wouldn't recommend it, but I'm just saying, you could be a stripper. You could go online and do videos. You could go online and do VA work. You know, you don't have to work for a company and be in an office to create income. And that's just not me. That's not how I want to create income. That's not how I want to live life. And so I made the decision to leave my job. When I am at a point where I know that something no longer benefits me or helps me grow, it builds me in the way that I want to be built, I leave. It's really that simple. I don't see the point in wasting my time and the other person's time, like the employer's time, staying at a job that I'm not happy in. My happiness is more important, and your happiness should be as important as well. What people don't realize is that it's not about money, it's about the insecurity that they have. It's the belief that you have in yourself. We're so reliant on this salary and this job that we get too comfortable. And I believe that essentially you're kind of a prisoner if you stay somewhere for just the sake of money. Money can be made in so many different ways. You do not have to be in a job. And people are like, oh, but it's security. If something happens to that company, you don't have a job. And I think that's what people are starting to realize. Like, anything could change. Say if people didn't need houses anymore and they stopped building houses, builders would be out of the job. Painters would be out of the job. All those companies that make all those little intricate things that hold all the bits together would be out of the job. The warehouses that create those little bits and pieces would be out of the job. So you can't rely on your job because in a company you are just a number and you can be replaced. And that's the thing as well, is that when I realized that I didn't want to be at my job, I'm giving somebody else that opportunity. I'm giving somebody else who needs that more than me. The problem is that we stay in something longer than we need to because we're scared. You don't need to be scared. As soon as I decided I was moving and I needed to find a job, I got on Seek, started applying for jobs. I was applying for jobs that I can't even do, like accountant jobs. I'm like, I know nothing about accounts. I don't even like numbers. and I was getting calls for accountant assistant roles, and I was like, okay, cool. But that's the point. Like, if you really want something, you can do it. So I recommend that if you're not happy in your job, then you need to leave. I was watching this video, it came up from Karuchi Tran, and she was doing Q&As, and this person asked her, I don't like my job, what do I do? And I didn't agree with her answer, because she said, well, you stick it out and you find ways to make it better. Yes, to a point do I agree with that, but you don't make it your whole job to then make your job happy, a happy place for you. Within 3 months, if I don't like something, I leave. If within 3 months you've tried everything possible and you still know in your heart that you don't want to be there, leave. There is no point in you staying. So I find it quite easy to leave a job, because I believe that if I wanted to create income, I can. And if you wanted to create income for yourself, you can too. There is literally no point to staying somewhere that you are unhappy. And for most part of my life, I'm pretty good with that. Another thing that people want to know, obviously, is how I do all of this, I guess, without income. So I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money, but I do have savings. I don't have a lot saved. I'm very, I guess, strategically impulsive, so I do plan in my head, if this is to happen, if I am to leave my job, what does that mean for me? How much money do I need? How long can I survive without that? So then I know when there's a point that I need to get my butt into gear and make some money, otherwise I'm going to be living on the street. So yeah, I don't have a lot of savings, but I have savings. There's something there. And I know when I get to a point that that's my limit, and then I need to make income. So savings isn't the end all. Like, I don't believe in just having savings. You need to invest your money and help, make it grow. But savings will help you if something like this happens. It also gives you the opportunity, when you decide that you want to leave your job, that you have that option. You're not relying on your paycheck. And that's what I want. I wanted to leave my job, and although I don't have a lot of money, because I still have bills like everybody else. I've got bills, I've got a mortgage, I still pay rent, I've got to eat. It's just, but that's I've got that there. I've got that security that I can do that. Now I'm off to Thailand, no return ticket, still don't have a lot of money, but I have that option that I can do that. So it really comes down to just planning in advance. If you want to travel, well, what if I wanted to travel in 2 weeks? What if something happened in my family and I had to travel somewhere? Would you have enough money to be able to do that? A lot of my friends like to get married overseas, which y'all need to stop. I'm kidding. I really like it because it's an opportunity for me to travel. But all these things I can do because I have that backup. I have that security to be able to do that. So with this video, I just want you to be aware that if you are not happy in your job or in something, then you need to start planning to get out. And you need to figure out what it is you want to do next and what steps you need to do to get there. But if you have any questions about anything that you want to know about, then please let me know down below. Make sure you're following this journey because things are about to get crazy. 3 weeks I'll be leaving Sydney, and I'm excited to show you what is next.